Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Rocky Wintu Kwazala. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Umibo, happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. This month you got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Mocho got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. And this out to happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Rocky Wintu Kwazala. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Umibo, happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. This month you got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Mocho got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. And this out to happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Rocky Wintu Kwazala. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month.
Happy new month, everyone. Happy new month. Happy new month. I've been in the spirit. I've been vibing. So how are you today? Today is you and I. We go vibe. You know, now I feel like I'm at independent layout. You know where independent layout, we go, we jog, we do 10 kilometers, you know, with Ogene. You know, you feel like you can trek from Enugu to Anambra to Oka with the real Ogene. I don't know the spirit. There must be a spirit. There must be some research. There must be some research behind these, the spirit of Ogene that will make you be going, you know,
Umibo, happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. This month you got it running nama. Happy oh, happy month. Happy oh. Mocho got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. And this out to happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Rocky Wintu Kwazala. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month.
Jack, you need to remix this album. We need to change the lyrics. The lyrics must say "Ndi dot happy new month oh happy oh." If you are in the spirit, go and gather in the yard. Today is a conversation between you and I. Today, you know, 61 years. You people have been 61 years. Waiting to happen. Una day progress. I don't know, but people are marching. Look, this is how we now march. Normally, you know, growing up, we have 1st October, we go marching. Left, right, hallelujah, left, right. But today, my cow, they march. You think I'm joking? Enjoy the cow march. Left, right. So say me. Left, right, the cow, attention. Artist, you think I'm kidding you? That is the cow marching now. But be that at is may, the cows can march, but we, happy new month once more.
Happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. This month you got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Mocho got it running nama. Happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. And this out to happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Rocky Wintu Kwazala. Rocky Sparkle, happy new month.
The daughter, happy new month. Hey, oh no. Kemba somebody get it hard. This thing that enter me, the spirit, happy new month. People, tell me where you're watching me from. Get ready. You know, today is Friday. Friday, go grab something. Me, I already have something here. Something. You know, I've grabbed something. You're not going to see it? This is not Rabina. This is something very interesting. You know, some of you watching from Germany. Oh, Emeka Peter is watching from Cologne, Germany. Emeka, go and grab yourself Weissbier, Paulaner, wenn es geht. Ja? Watching from your village. I don't know your village now, Chinedu. Tell me your village. Tell me your village so that village people will not come after you. You like the ginger. I like the swagger. Swagger my ginger. Ginger the swagger. People. Guten Abend, Dennis Denko. Na, Leute. Wie geht es dir? Wie geht's euch? So, today is our day. It's our day. So let nobody, please, don't tell me happy independence, because if you tell me happy independence, I'm going to be angry with you. Please. I am in a good mood. I am happiness more. But don't tell me happy independence, because if you tell me happy independence, that's the way you're going to be like this man here. When you see, if you tell me happy independence, you're going to be like this. Don't ever tell me happy independence. See? This man here.
Happy Independence Day! Gbogbo ará àdúgbò.
So you see, happy independence, and the people fired him. So if you don't want me to come out of these, your mobile phone, your TV, your plasma, your LCD, your Kindle Fire, whatever, your iPad, if you don't want me to come out and boza, so don't ever tell me happy independence, because if you actually do that, I'm going to do you like Willy Willy.
On the hour from Niger Delta Broadcasting Service. My name is Andrew Uweri Okere Ajapasa. Yesterday, some angry Warri Jaguda boys carried dangerous weapons like a cutlass, iron pole. I went down to the Borikoko oil facility. When they reached there, the security people vanished into the bush like Willy Willy.
So if you tell me happy independence, I'll come into your house, you will vanish like a Willy Willy. You will do, But once more, let me vibe a little bit, because this vibe, they give me morale. I love this vibe so much. So, because, what? Because I have money again. And I'm like, 042, waiting. It's just these little things that give us happiness is what they want to spoil by on gunman, no man, on non-gunman, on criminals everywhere, trying to take over the street. Come on, now our happiness now. Umibo, happy new month. Happy new month.
Umibo, happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. This month you got it running on ma. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Month you got it running on ma. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. And this out to happy new month. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Lucky Sparko, happy new month. Odoguna Brazil. Lucky Witu Kwazala. Lucky Sparko, happy new month.
Oh, see my moves. Waiting. Oh dear. You see, it's good to get moves. I just begin whine up. Make I the pump, whine up before the thing can't stop waiting. Ejake, you need to do one from the dots. I'm coming after you, Ejake. You need to do one, even if it's 30 minutes. All the dotted people will go take roll call, will take names. For life, Esther. Esther is, they feel me, Abi. Oh, Dennis Denka, tell you, they feel me waiting. I no say you go feel me, who no like better thing. There is a spirit in Oja. Whichever spirit that is, I don't know. But the spirit of the ancestors, the spirit that can push you. Oja, and this organ can make you actually jump 6 feet, 12 feet, you will know. Even pot to pierce your leg, for real, you're not going to know, because there is a spirit. Happy new month. Why I say this is because as a dotted person, I am a carried entity. I am also a man of Ogene. I'm a Oba, I ejeka maranda Pacific. I ejeka maranda Pacific.
Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. This month you got it running on ma. Happy oh, happy new month. Happy oh. Month you got it running. anyị na mma.
Happy oh, happy new month oh, happy oh.
And this out to happy new month oh,
Happy oh, happy new month oh, happy oh.
Lucky Sparko, happy new month. Odogwu na Brazil. Lucky Witu Kwazala. Lucky Sparko, happy new month.
Ana akụkwa aka ebe a, ana akụkwa aka ebe a, ana use super chat ebe a ka amaluko. Oh, there, no be lie, no be lie. Ke ha na akode ha. Olugo mba eji aka ọgwụ. Olugo mba eji aka ọgwụ onye aka olu fancy ka ọ bụ na work ya akọwa paracetamol. If paracetamol or doll no work, we'll try fancy. Oh dear, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. So, people, we are going to start shortly this evening. Like I said before, I had a conversation with Dr. Dawo. Many of you watched it. I have a conversation with Professor Kesli Mogalu. We watched it. But now, this one not be grammar level. This one now you and me. This one now for the street. This one not be where we speak grammar. This one now for you and me. Nigeria, they work for you. You know my answer already. Nigeria, Kuma, Nigeria, Bachao. I cannot happiness more because all the people we voted for, they have all gone away. They have all run away. What we have is nothing to write home about. Rather, we now have a match pass in this form. A match pass. Salute. That's what we have. It is unbelievable where we have landed ourselves in. Can you beat that? Stop. Cows will stop. Tell me, isn't that a nation of cows? If it come to a point that cows also knows how to do parade. Small time, cows will know how to cock AK, and be parading everywhere. I mean, nothing is impossible. If they can learn how to do attention and do everything, they might learn how to, also say, staff there. If I move me. They can learn how to do that. You never know. Oh, I miss some of you. How many of you watching now know Enugu? How many of you know Ababa? Every Easter, when we now again Amaka. Man, 0402. 042 is virtually the best, I tell you. If you never had any experience with 042, you might not understand. 042 for life. So, people, before we lose every of our brothers and sisters across the nation, across the length and breadth of Nigeria, once more, this is Maazi Ezeoke, and this is Njenje Media TV, and this evening is a hangout with you. This hangout is nothing but a two-way conversation where we would talk about Nigeria. What is it? What is your, let me ask this question. What is your worst experience with Nigeria? I want us to have a conversation. You can join me via telephone. How, obviously I put up a question in the title. I say, sorry, how is Nigeria treating you? Have your say. Then I'll add, what is, or rather, what was your worst experience in Nigeria? To call and to have this conversation with me this evening while I go on and do other presentations, you can, by any means, WhatsApp only, save this number and call this number. Let the world hear you. Because there is one thing that you must take away this evening. They listen, and they are listening. Sometimes, I know. They listen. They say, but why? Maazi, how I know they know? Maazi, why did you allow that person to say that thing? I say, what thing? I mean, this is a free world. People are allowed to say whatever as long as they are being respectful. No opinion is, everyone is entitled to their opinion, but condition it, you have to be respectful. respectful to one another. You want to be the first to call this evening? The line is hereby open. I'm also aware that many other people are also on the other programs streaming simultaneously on Njunja Media TV. I am aware of that. But don't worry, in the next couple of minutes, the moment they finish, many people will join us here. Again, if you haven't liked this stream, please do share, like, share. Smash the like button. Come on, people. That is the least we can do. Smash that like button. Smash it. Smash it. Na Leute, was machen wir heute? Was denn la los? Ne? Wow. OC Kwam. Nah, thank you very much. Your guest and the conversation you had have blown me away. Please accept my small expression of gratitude. Darling. Oh, you melted my heart. If I'm not yet married now, I'll be saying, oh, thank you very much, OC Ekwem. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Honestly, you know, I am that is the joy I derive in doing this. To see that no matter how little the things I do, that someone appreciate that. I strive so hard to reach out to these people, bring them in, ask them these questions. Sometimes some of these questions are from you guys. Like while we were talking with Kinsley, some of you put up some questions. Like I keep saying, if you formulate your question properly and ask them in a respectful manner, and one thing many of you don't know, if when someone is in my studio, on their screen, they see the questions as well, so they read them. But again, if a question comes looking like an insulting question, that individual is very unlikely to attempt that. And personally, I won't, because that's me. Hence, some of you say I am being politically correct. I read all those comments. Maybe that's why I'm still alive. He who fights and run away lives to fight another day. There is no need, abusing everyone from day one, calling people names. That means you close your doors, But when I knock, I say, come on, this is it. I want you to come and speak to me and speak to my audience. Virtually, Njinji Media TV, if you don't know, virtually controls the largest audience within the southeast and southern Nigeria. But that is it. That's the way it is. We keep doing what we think is best for us. Why? We keep speaking up for injustice. Today, this evening, we will take your own experience. What is that you experience? Dance Z, you have a super platform. Oh, bless you. Thank you very much. This evening, you guys are gonna make me blush. Oh, do I have a makeup? Sometimes I want to try makeup, maybe do foundation. I don't know who can volunteer to do me foundation. Maybe I might actually look beautiful if I do. Maybe I might try. I do. Somebody, maybe we'll stream it. Somebody can come and do me makeup. We'll stream it and we'll see. Or should I do my own makeup? My own makeup is Nzu, used by my forefathers. I scrape it now. I can put it here. Some of you log out, say Maazi Ezeoke has become a native doctor. But again, don't worry. I'm nowhere. So thank you very much, OC Ekwam, for that super chat. I do appreciate that a lot. Again, it's beginning of the new month. Again, many of you got paid yesterday, see? So I'm waiting for my 10%. My 10%. Come on. Rufus want me to do foundation. Okay. No. I don't want a complete makeover. I love my masculinity. I love it. I want to remain a man. I can't trade that in for anything. So those of you who are in between, please don't look at me anyhow. I am fully 100%. No. So foundation, will give me. But you know, sometimes all this our Nigerian thing, no, after sometimes they when they do this makeup, you hardly will recognize somebody you know before. Huh? And you look at their clothes, you know, this foundation, everything is discolored, everything. I'm like, now, wow. And I know they tire, but people like us, our face is oil filled. It dey be like say we dey drill oil from our face. We know they even apply cream. All we need is just to shower, and that's say go be mutani Nigeria. So we dey go. We know the wait for everybody because you know get time. So telephone is telephone buzzing, is telephone ringing. Let's have your Nigerian experience. What is your two missed calls already? So sorry. So you can call back again if you're one of those that have already called this evening. Two missed calls, two missed calls, two missed calls. So you can call back again. Let's have a conversation. This is the 61 year of Nigerian existence. Yet things are nowhere near where they ought to be. You might be surprised that today, even those that are in charge of security now move like this. I tell you, I kid you not. This is the way they now move. Okay? I was told that this is your Minister of Defense. Look at him. Play that again. So you see him with his AK, right? Look at his AK there. Let me make it bigger. Look at his AK, right? You see how he has his gun, he has his soldiers, he has his own gun. So in case anything happens to the soldier, that any bagger that comes across him, he will still delete the individual. Wow. Wow. That's all I can say. Wow. See that? He will get into the car, and this is it. This is it. When did we get to this point? And how did we get to this point? So, obviously, I have the first caller this evening. Caller, what's your name? And where are you calling from? This is Njenje Media TV. You're live with Maazi Ezeoke. You have the floor now, sir. Or lady. May you kindly speak up, please. Okay.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm happy to be the first person. My name is Christopher.
Christopher.
I'm calling from Toronto. Yeah,
okay.
From Toronto, Canada.
Your phone is sounding as if you're romancing it. Are you romancing your phone?
You said what?
Okay, don't worry. Go ahead now. I can hear you clear.
Okay. The question was what has Nigeria done for me?
And what's your worst experience with what has Nigeria done for you? What's your worst experience with Nigeria?
Worst experience? I mean, I just had one 2 days ago.
Hey, well.
2 days ago I was in Nigeria, but my mom was coming over here. She went home and she was coming back. And at the airport, just at the Lufthansa desk there, they messed her up. And at the end of the day, because they need money, this is not a government. These are not people working for the government. These are just ordinary people. They frustrated her. And at the end of the day, I have to spend more money.
What was the specific thing done to your mom?
Okay, what was done was, because when you're coming out, there's something there's an app, you have to download everything. Everything was there, downloaded, that she has taken her 2 jabs, that, she's taken a vaccine, everything was done. And when you're done with that, the app would not give you a receipt. Okay? So they told her that the receipt wasn't right. This was different from the receipt that other people got from the app. And my cousin that just traveled on the 11th of September, he got the same receipt. And I thought it was a joke, just here and there, before you know it was 45 minutes before the flight leaves. They were still, beating her around, because I never knew it was money that they wanted money from her. So, and at the end of the day, she has to stay in Lagos. the flight was cancelled. I spent $749 again to get another ticket.
She missed the flight, or was the flight cancelled?
What happened was, I would say the flight was, she missed the flight. They made her miss the flight.
Okay.
They made her miss the flight. Okay? So they just, these are people just treating, a trans woman, just treating her like that.
Sad.
It's terrible.
Sad about that. Do you have any proof of the money she paid?
I paid. I have to quickly call here the agent I bought the ticket from and have to pay again for the next 2 days. And she just came yesterday. She now traveled on Wednesday instead of Monday.
Oh wow.
So
but when she eventually caught the flight,
yes.
Did she have to pay, or did she still use that same certificate?
Yes, she still use that same receipt because we have to. Somebody from the office have to come, like their leader has to come. That because there was a lady there that was just saying, even they have to ask me to bring my passport, to send my passport. They were just asking some things that was, why would they ask me to send my passport? It's crazy. If for us to know it's true, come on. She's not coming for the first time. She has money for visa. Why will our people be doing this to ourselves? What is that?
So, because as a result of that, now you are turning your back on Nigeria, or what?
No, because I know the government hasn't done anything for me, but the people, just the ordinary people, what they've done is just okay. Like I also have an experience before, like 10 years ago with the bank. Okay, I sent money home. The cashier at that time, there wasn't things like all these social, all this now that the net, we can send money via online and stuff. At that time, it was still Western Union. Okay. Sent money to my in-law. That's she's an older man. Go to the bank, give them everything, and they gave him back that the number wasn't right, and they sent that number to another friend of theirs in the bank, in the first bank in Kwara. Because the time difference between Nigeria and North America, when they were calling me, we are asleep here. Okay. So when I woke up, I saw the missed call. I called them back, and I said, no, this number is
Families
reference number. Okay. And when we find out, we reported to the police. The CID has to come inside. They told us that this has been happening in the bank. That people will go there, they will change the number, and another person will collect it in another state.
So that is done. That is done with in conjunction with those that work at the bank.
Manager. The cashier and the manager did it together. It was crazy.
You see,
so these are the things.
You see, that's why I'm an advocate of technology, because even in governance, technology will put to rest some of this madness. It's in this time and age, you can be, obviously you have like SendWave, you have multiple of them. If you want to send money, you can do that on your mobile app. You don't need to. You can actually be from your from US account to Nigerian account, and you transfer again.
That was 10 years ago. That was what I said. It was 10 years ago when that happened. So it doesn't happen again now, because everybody have different ways of sending money easier. But it's just that we put trust in institutions, and they do that to you. It's not good. Our institutions is our problem. It's not, government can, institutions are our problem.
So now, without sounding as if one is, a demon, can you tell us your best experience you've had with Nigeria in the last 61 years?
I can't even say. There's none.
Really?
No. There's none. Except
from which are you? You're from Kwara State.
No, I'm not from Kwara State. I'm from Edo State. Except when Nigeria won the 1994 was it Olympic?
African Cup of Nations, I think.
African Cup of Nations, and the following year they won Atlanta. I mean,
Atlanta
what is it that
96.
Nigeria hasn't done anything for
So
me.
there is no, growing up in Benin, there is no fun memories. There is nothing like this mama
Lots
put.
of fun memory.
Eh
Lots of
nah.
fun memory. But
Nah.
I'm talking about fun. Nigeria didn't do that for me.
Of course. Was that done in the
We created that
moon?
in the streets. We created that in the streets, you know. We created that in the streets.
5 aside. When you were playing.
You know, everywhere, play soccer
So
everywhere.
is there are there things you miss in Benin now that you think anytime I land in Nigeria, I'm going to go here and do these, go and eat this roadside corn or something like that?
Yeah, apart from the food, apart from the food, but when you say the neighborhood, because the neighborhood,
What happened to the neighborhood?
People, cultism. Yeah, apart from the food is great. The food is the only thing. Corn, different kind of food. I would love to live in Nigeria. I love to just have my farm. I sent a message to my cousin today. I saw one young guy that is doing farming in Uganda. 4 acres, pasture, cattle, goat, sheep, maize, different things. I said to my brother, I said, I wish I could. Nigeria can allow people to just live like this. But it's not, no security. Guys living inside the bush by himself and everything. There's nothing like kidnapping.
Well, that is Uganda. Do it here. Do it here. Those cows that are parading, the cows will come and take over.
In Nigeria. So that's just the issue. Nigeria, who love their country?
Anyway.
Nobody wants to be in the cold. Nobody wants to leave their country and be here. Thank you so much.
Anyway, thank you for calling and enjoy Canada. Remember also.
Thank you, Maazi.
Make hunger no kill also. Remember us. Okay, thank you. So you see, that experience, what has Nigerian done for you? He says virtually nothing. Rather, those things they've created for themselves, not necessarily Nigeria. There are people I speak to, they say, oh, when we went to school, we used to have a full chicken to yourself. We used to live, maybe 2 people in a room. I said, lucky you. Now it's like 5 people in a bed and maybe 4 beds in a room. Figure. Go figure. Everything, in every nation, things move, people progress. Things move, people progress. But it appears it is only in Nigeria that rather than progress, things move backwards, things retrogress, things. It's kind of a country that, let's say you're living to America now as a student. You leave Nigeria in January. You come back in December. You'll be amazed on how backwards it's gone. You go out again, come back in 2 years. It's unbelievable. I remember in the 90s, in the 2000s, the first time you come to Murtala Mohammed International Airport, you think, whoa, that looks good. Well, because it will look good to you, especially those in Nigeria if you haven't gone out. But leave that place and go to the most obscure place and part of this world. You come back, you think to yourself, gee. So is this the thing everybody was thinking? It was marvelous. Even the tiles, where they know it's a high density area where they ought to use like marbles or anything, they will use China tiles that after 6 months they will be wearing out. Yet the airport does not have the traffic major cities and major airports command. Yet, where is it? Is it in the southwest? Is it in the southeast? Is it in the south? Where is it? Is it in the northeast, northwest, north central? Where is it? Memories. These are things that keep people and keep bringing people together and keep unifying people. I remember time that if we use Ezenwata or New Tazan heading to Yola or Mobi, you leave at night around 2. By the time they go to Bolafo, you eat. We used to look forward to the food at Ubolafo. You eat, you to your satisfaction. The meat, unbelievable. These women can cook. You go there. Exactly. As this CNSZ says, yes, PNM era then. Exactly. PNM era Ezenwata, Tazan, new whatever it was called then. Huh? Driving at night, there wasn't that fear that somebody could stop you, kill everybody, or kidnap everybody. No, there wasn't that fear. We were dozing off. Then we graduated to a point where there was an Austrian beer brought into Nigeria at that time. We called it Skirt and Blouse, but the actual name is actually Tatzenbrau. Tatzenbrau with a golden cap. When you drink that and it will give you headache, it knocks you out. When you enter PN, you enter motor after 30 minutes, it just knocks you off totally. So you listen, it's Nigeria is a tragedy, honestly, because again, it's not the citizens who have made it so. In the last 61 years, it's entirely, as Professor Kingsley Moghalu said this evening, it is the leadership that has destroyed it. Who remembers Tatzenbrau? Z remembers. You go from Onitsha, you stop, that time there was toll gate. At least the roads were in this. It's actually sad that you remember things that ought to be like old school and they give you so much nostalgia because life was actually better then. I remember that time my dad had a brand new Passat, Passat Santana, where every time we are on the way, we are afraid of either robbers taking the car away from us because these were the brands that, I don't know why they love it. Now when I think about it now, I'm like, I think that car was about 1.4, 1.6 liters or thereabouts. Santana, I think it was Santana, I think it was Brazil then, man, with old school cassette. You push it in. There's a 2 button. One is for fast forward, one is for rewind. Push 2 of them, it comes out. Now everything is digitalized. Now you come into your car, it's iCar Play. You move your telephone to your dashboard. Come on. That is the only place we've made progress because it's not controlled by Nigeria. But common road, we will finish building our roads, we will not mark them. Yet we'll buy cars that have lane departure. Sleep wants to get hold of you. The lane departure vibrates your steering. You wake up. You import the same car in Nigeria, it's useless because there is nothing on the road. So even if you go from lane A and go to the opposite lane, the car doesn't know what. You see, oh, dear Nigeria, oh, dear Nigeria, oh, dear Nigeria. Huh? Oh, dear Nigeria. Oh, dear Nigeria. Now, when you look at all these things, you keep wondering. I cannot forget that time. I actually got admission to study that time in Federal Polytechnic, Mobi. If you're going to Mobi that time, when you go from Onitsha, you go to Ubola Afonso. You stop at Ninth Mile. Ninth Mile, you buy banana, you buy okpa, you buy granite. From from Ninth Mile, you go to Ubora Afonso. From Ubora Afonso, you go to Zakibian. Zakibian is where you now eat the proper. That time is night, around 8 or 9, 8, 9, 10 is the time you get there. And after that, that's it. The luxurious spot is sealed up. They're not going to stop until you get to Wukari. Wukari, some people drop. The next destination is obviously Talab. When they get to Taraba, Jalingo. From Jalingo, he moves. into, Jimeta, and after disembarking in Jimeta, then he heads to Mubi. Can people do the same today? Not even flight. Why is it that things are not working? Why is the nation this way? Why is it that since the advent of democracy, quote unquote, all these things is just bafuka? Maybe because suddenly democracy, mutumbio. Listen, Z, please stop writing because it just they bust my brain with this. You know, sad. Nigeria ought to be a nation where you should leave Ogun, Lagos, and you want to go to Mambila Plateau, a place that is like Europe in weather. A place that is like Europe in weather. You think it's for no reason that the white men that when the colonialists they settled in Plateau because the weather was good. They felt that is the closest they could get, here. But look at us. Tribalism, nepotism, idiocy, pure idiocy, and pure cluelessness. Everybody is only money, 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 money. You are in government, you're looking for how many plots of land. And you and I are the one actually encouraging them. Because if your brother now, I was having a conversation with a cousin of mine, and he was like, man, Maazi, get into politics so you can write blank check. I say, look at you. You already, it's not going to work because one, I'm not interested. Two, even if I was, you already failed because you have the wrong mindset. Just getting there to loot money. Now, even you watching me now, if your brother, your sister gets in there to govern, rather than support him that he does the right thing, you'll be thinking, oh, how can they, give you money? If not, why would somebody come into somebody's office and expect that person to give them money? You haven't rendered any job. You haven't rendered any service. And it keeps happening for the last 61 years. And this is where we are today. If nothing is done to change the structure, to change the system we operate, and change the mindset of the operators of this system, if nothing drastic is done, it be it that, okay, you decentralize, let people govern themselves at the regional level, maybe people might begin to have that zeal to make things work for their region. Let there be healthy competitions, like the way you have it in the United Arab Emirates. You have the Abu Dhabi, you have the Dubai, you have, you have these Emirates. Let them do. When Burj Khalifa in Dubai was being built, at some point, they didn't have money because of the financial crisis. The brother come in from a different Emirate, bailed out. That is the way nothing, there is nothing wrong if the Niger Delta or if the South is an entity of its own. There is nothing wrong that the Southwest or the Northwest or whatever wants to do certain projects that they say, okay, if we go to World Bank, it's going to be 25 years, 5%. But if Niger Delta can make money, saying, okay, we're going to give you this money rather than charge you 5%, we're going to give you 4.3%. You pay and the money stays within. Niger Delta is making money because they have the resources, because they have loaned this money and it will be repaid. Rather than be thinking big and thinking of how do you decouple ourselves from this contraption and this stagnation, we keep thinking, how do we loot? I mean, after 61 years, it should have been very clear to us, audible to the deaf and visible to the blind, that it's not working. Obviously, it's not working. If it's not working, what happens? What do you do? Now, compare and contrast. For instance, you hear Biden. I mean, everything for me starts and falls with leadership. In the last 6 years, no matter how you dice it, sorry, it's not hatred For me, what we have lacked in the last 6 years is pure leadership, the inability to communicate, the inability to engage, the inability to show empathy when it matters, and to act timely compounds the whole mess that we are in. Lack of engagement. For instance, how do you justify something like this? Or okay, let's not justify. Let's just do say a comparison. Let's compare these two.
Their second monthly payment as part of our tax cut for families with children. $300 for each child under the age of 6 and $250 for every child 6 through the age of 17. That's money for diapers, food, rent, school supplies, fees and equipment for the child to join sports teams and dance classes. Most of all, as my dad used to say, it just gives a parent a little bit of breathing room.
And very importantly, let us speak to the youth, that the federal government has no more vacancy. Virtually every department is filled. The same thing in the states, the same thing in local governments. So you can have a good degree from a good university, and you will never get a job.
Now,
About 40 million families.
Now, this is where Joe Biden is telling you 40 million Americans what they will do. This, and ours is just saying you can have a good degree. There is no job vacancy. So you go and create a job, and you do your own job. And you wonder why we are like
economic
this.
is doing like this. It's doing like this. It's blinking, shaking, blinking.
It's blinking, it's shaking, it's blinking, it's shaking. You wonder why we are like this. No worry. Maazi is losing.
Are we likely to use a different approach in the fight against insecurity, especially kidnapping, which is a big issue now, sir?
No, I have just seen the IG. I think he is still losing weight. So I think he is working very hard.
So Maazi is losing weight. Because when I lose weight, I am working very hard. If not, what else? I'm not doing any job in the Azar room. So why would I be losing weight? So anytime you see me losing weight, it means I am working hard in the main office, not in the Azar room, but in the office. In the office, I tell you. Because no matter how you dice it, when you look at, all these things I've just said, you look at them, they are past. In fact, they are past pathetical. I'm not kidding.
You will be a past participant. Yeah. Hey! Ebu agomia. One day we go here. Say yesterday you are a past. So very soon you shall be past. Party. One day, say tickle. Say tickle. One nana so you are
Now, Nigeria is actually in the tickle because in the 60s and 70s, we are in the past. 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, we are in the past. Now, in the 2000 and to 2021 to 2023, we are now in the tickle. We are now in the tickle. But again, what can I do? Everyone is crying. And I say, Mr. President, what's happening?
Has failed to do it.
I never finished, sir. You're already talking. I just saying, Mr. President, what's happening?
The government has failed to do.
Okay, please stop now. Producer, stop, please. Huh? Stop. This is no funny.
89, 10, 11, 40, 80.
Awesome. You decided this is
Yeah.
Huh?
No.
Where are you?
Yes.
Read the ABC in my head.
A, B, C, D, F, I, J, K, B.
So maybe when we change our ABCD count into ABCD, WK, WT, YT, Z, maybe Nigeria will be good. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You tell me. Maybe when we change it, maybe Nigeria will be good because this is, We've moved from past to TECO. This is future tense. The new future tense is the TECO tense. Go figure. The new future tense is the TECO tense, because the other time we were in the past, but now we are no longer in the past. Now we are in the future TECO. Some people can be in the they can be happiness more, they can do whatever they want, but on the other note, you look at it, how do you begin to say this? I don't want to talk about my state of Anambra, where it has been in the last couple of days an orgy of losing fellow citizens. But however, today, or rather yesterday, you can now see your fellow citizens lined up. This is what happened yesterday. People, you see them, your fellow citizens. Hello, I have another caller on the line. Who am I speaking to? Hello?
Yeah, Maazi Ezeoke, are you hearing me?
I can hear you. Good evening.
Sir, are you hearing me?
I repeat, yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Good evening. Calling from my location.
Where's your location? Can you mute whatever device you're using and watching me, please, because it bounces echo.
It's better now?
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm laughing. I don't know if I can contain my laughing with your participle. What do you call it? Odubeji. Odubeji is another person from another planet. My brother, anyway, what you are discussing today about 61 years of Nigeria independence and what have we gained, or what have I gained from Nigeria? Wow, a very big one. Where should I start?
Start anywhere you can.
For me, as an Igbo person, I have not gained anything being a Nigerian. I have not. The school I went, where I am today, Nigerian government, Nigerian system has no hand, in my success, no hand. So I don't know why should I call myself a Nigerian, or why should I celebrate 61 years of Nigeria independence? I don't know. I can't say it, because Nigeria has never helped me in anything. Growing as a child in Nigeria, from part of that nation, or that contraption, I had nothing. There was no help. The schools I attended, the parents had to work, to pay school fees, even from primary to where I stopped. So there is nothing like Nigeria taking charge as a system. Where you are or where I am, if you have a child, from the day that child is born, that day the system would start taking care of the child. Even at 18 years, 20 years, even to 30 years, as long as that person is not working, the system will take care of the person, pay his or her school fees, take care of his health insurance, even his apartments, until the person stands on his own. But what are we talking about? What are we talking about Nigeria today? Nothing. Look at where I'm particularly from where I'm coming from Igbo land. Look at the kind of Igbo land we have today. When I was growing up there in 70s and 80s, Igbo land was even was like kind of, even after the Civil War. Igbo land was even beautiful compared to what I'm seeing on the social media today. Depleted roads, depleted infrastructures, nothing. Nothing. You can never say, thank God for this state or this state or this state in Igbo land. I'm talking about Igbo land.
When was the last time you visited home?
I visited about last year plus before the COVID lockdown.
Okay.
And then you see everything on the social media now. You weep for that country, mostly our side, because it's like now everybody attends or is red. I won't be talking about what is happening in the north or in the south or southwest. I'm talking about what is happening in Igbo land. It's very disgusting, and yet we say we have leaders, we have opinion models, we have intellectuals, we have business tycoons. All these people they are fake. They are today fighting for one position or the other. Very soon, Anambra, there will be election in Anambra State. My brother, they are killing themselves not because of to improve Anambra State. No, they are killing themselves just to get to that position and empower themselves more. And they reach their families, they reach their children. Even one of the worst part of it, Maazi Ezeoke, the worst part of it is one of the candidates, his families, his children are living abroad while he's contesting in Anambra election. And the Anambra people don't ask him, where are your children?
Who are you talking about?
I don't want to mention his name, but you know what I'm talking about.
I don't know, because you haven't said your location, you haven't said your community. So what are you afraid of? So I don't know who you're talking about.
I'm calling from Switzerland.
Okay, navigate there then.
I'll get him good about Zozawa.
Zozawa then.
This is our footprint.
Wow, that's Dr. Stecker.
Noch schlimmer, weil das Sauer ist ein bisschen aber ich bin so sauer, so traurig, so wundert auf unserer Leute, unserer Politiker. Die sind furchtbar. Die sind furchtbar, die sind unglaublich, die sind, ich weiß nicht, wie kann ich das sagen, wie die sind. Die sind nicht Menschen. Somebody leave his family in somewhere in the UK or in America and is in Anambra contesting for election.
No, but the question, no. You see, why I asked you to say this without, honestly, I don't know who you're talking about, but now, assuming you've lived you lived most of the time in Switzerland, and your kids they've gone to primary school in Switzerland and secondary school probably, and you're contesting for an office, I think it would be unfair on you for someone to demand that you relocate those kids that do not, So, sorry, whoever.
Cannot happen in where you are living, where I'm living, that my children are living somewhere else and I'm contesting election in that state, and my children are living in Australia where I'm contesting election in Basel.
Well, no, it happens. Listen, no. It happens. If you say in Germany, there are a couple of depending on where they've lived before. I know people that if your child is maybe they are at what they call the international secondary school or whatever outside Germany, it is unfair because that individual is contesting an election or is being made a minister to pull that child out. In as much as, you see, where I think for politicians at that level, if we are wanting to be honest and fair, what I think and I consider a crime is if you are in the public service, okay, not a political appointment, which is time bound, but if you are in the public service, assuming you are a primary school teacher, a secondary school teacher, you live within that system. Now, for the benefit, for maybe because you commingled money, then you're taking your kids out But if ab initio, you being in Swiss, by the virtue of that, and your children are maybe in the Hochschule, now getting to do their abitur, I think, honestly, I will not be a party to it for someone to say because you want to contest the council or therefore you should pull your children away from the school where they're about to do the A level and bring them to no. I think it's anyway, but let's not digress. Go ahead.
Excuse me. I understand what you are saying, but you know where I'm going to. You know exactly what I'm saying because these people are doing it.
I'm not a mind reader. No. I'm not a mind reader. You see, I deal with. Listen, when you are having a conversation and you're being open, I deal with these things as you present them. So these are. It's not like a one cap fits all. We have to be fair here. But if someone,
my brother,
okay,
just because I have to drop now because I believe that other people want to call. What I'm trying to say, for example, you have given your own examples, which I understood here. But what I'm saying is, like a Swiss who is living in America cannot leave his family in America and come back to contest election in Swiss. It's a different. I think you misunderstood me. Some of them are. This man is, or most some of them are living in America and the US. And when the political election time, they will come home and they contest election. It's a different thing that you are living in somewhere, your children you are living in Swiss, and your children are schooling in London or in America. It's a different issue.
What was that? That's not Swiss. That's not the same country. What? Listen. No. Listen, when you talk about when you talk about diaspora, it doesn't matter if it's Ghana, if it's Rwanda, as long as they are north within. And then, do you know there is local diaspora actually? If we want to be crazy and drive it, honestly, if you want to be governor of, let's say, Imo State, and your kids are in Abuja, then if you want to be crazy about that, we say, oh, then relocate them from Abuja and bring them to Imo State. Of course. Nah.
I'm talking about somebody who is living in Australia, and when there's the election time, he comes to Swiss.
Anyway, let's not get let's not.
Because your program is what I love watching. What I'm trying to tell you is that as a Nigerian, I've never, and I'm in my own middle age now, I didn't enjoy anything. I didn't get anything from Nigeria as a Nigerian, and it is shameful.
Welcome to the club. I call it the club of Ndikatolia.
Exactly, my brother.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. You are doing a great job.
Thank you.
I always watch your when I'm opportune. Anyway, I love what you are saying.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. No worries. Oh, there. I think someone was calling me before. Please, can you? I don't know from which country again. Plus, I don't know. But I think he was calling. Please, can you call only the WhatsApp number, please? I beg you. I don't want to spend your money because some of you now, when you call, you do like you do like touch and go. Someone is looking for trouble in the comment section. Emmanuel Babajide, you said if you wish us happy independence, what will we do? See, this is my response. Now, this is Emmanuel. Emmanuel woke up with his towel and he's coming out to wish us happy independence. And this will be our reaction, Emmanuel. So if you want to know what we do. So Emmanuel, that's for you. Next time. Next time, be careful what you say. You can see that people are not smiling, and you're telling the people happy independence. What do you expect? You know, people are saying they've been here for so many years, and they haven't really, gotten anything out of the system, and you're telling them happy independence. I think you're looking you're indeed looking for trouble. So again, the line is free now. You can call and make your contributions. Um, how has Nigeria? Oh, Emmanuel, that's £20. You cannot just withdraw your comment for like that. We must get serious. So £20 to withdraw your comment, or if not, your comment stands. If after 1 week you haven't done your £20, we'll double it with two kegs of palm wine. Up wine can only come from Udi or Nsude. Then 1 pot of pounded yam, not amala, and one calabash of something else. Then two types of soup, onugbu and oha. He must be breathing and he must be doing shoulder high, meaning all the ingredients, including stockfish, must be inside. And then you come. We would go and look at the elders that have been suffering since 1960, since 61 years. I will test it on behalf of the elders. So, and afterwards, I go and commune with them to see if they would accept and forgive you, for you have sinned. Good evening. Who am I speaking to? Maazi Ezeoke on the line. This is Njinja Media TV. Good evening.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning.
Good evening. I'm doing all right, and you?
I'm doing very well. So I just I stumbled into the Facebook Live. So what is the question, please?
You stumbled on the question. Okay, the question is, how has Nigeria treated you, and what's your best and worst experience about Nigeria? Make it quick. Others are on the line.
Nigeria. Anyways, I'm happy to be a Nigerian. No doubt about that. But at the same time, it's a bittersweet experience in Nigeria where nothing. And when how do I put it? When the politicians don't know what else to do, they use ethnic sentiment to mess the whole thing up. And Nigeria, once you start ethnicity into it, you see a lot of people, derailing from the main issue. So Nigeria has not, given has not given anything tangible to me. Though I was, Maazi, I must tell you, back in the 80s when I was born in a government hospital. Then, my mom said, according to what she said, then you go to hospital, everything was done orderly, foods, the hospital takes care of the pregnant women, make sure everything is done, proper health care. So I think I thank Nigeria for that one, but right now is a no.
Yeah, that's it. Meaning things are diminishing. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. Let me take the next caller. Thank you. So hello, who am I speaking to? You're speaking to Njinja Media TV. My name is Maazi Ezeoke. Hello, are you there? Okay, so you may call back. You're not there. You may call back, I think, from America or Canada, +17. So, again, people, the experiences are yours. You live all these things. All of us, we have either sweet, bitter experiences to share. But, like the last caller said, he had an historical narrative that was told to him that things worked when he was given birth to. And if things worked at that point, it means it was closer to when the colonial masters lived. When they lived with us here, or when they left, or when they were about leaving. If we put that into context, it means, because honestly, to be honest with you, I go to places like Ramat Hospital, which is called Federal Medical Center, Omaya, for instance. you see the old British structures and the layout, how it made sense. Just opposite to what we have today when repairs are done. If you see even the common ceiling, even the walkway with with roof that people could walk from one ward to the other, how things are done like people with human brain. But now consider that with what we do today and lack of maintenance there from, oh Jesus Christ, you think, people don't even know that there is things called industrial standards. There are not not the standards you use in your houses, domestic, that you use for industrial, because the quality are much different. The qualities are much different. Z says, I was born in Queen Elizabeth Hospital. You mean Queen Elizabeth Hospital, Umahia, that was eventually changed to Ramat, I think, when Murtala Mohammed took over. It was changed to Ramat and eventually changed to FMC, Federal Medical Center. I think that's, obviously has undergone that couple of, so let me call back this person actually, because it's called a couple of times. Yes, okay. So that means Z, you must be Onyoma Hibeko. So I'm calling this person back. I think he's from Italy. Is that's plus 2 3, sorry, plus 3 9, I think. So we'll see if he's gonna pick. If he's not, then we'll move on. So people, again, I don't know what your take is. This is an independent, special independent broadcast. How has Nigeria treated you, and what is Nigeria doing for you? What has Nigeria done for you? What are your experiences in Nigeria, good or bad? We had a caller who called before and spoke about how the mom who was meant to come to Canada was frustrated a couple of days back this week, and thank God eventually she left. Now, and I'm thinking like this, many people would want to go back, but when I look at the way and manner Dr. Chike Akunyalu died, and look at how successful his children were in the diaspora. And I'm like, maybe imagine that the children were telling him, Daddy, stay with us, don't go. And he's like, oh, Nigeria is my place. Oh, I need to go. People need me. I need to do this. And suddenly this thing happens this way. So, hello, you're speaking to Maazi Ezeoke. This is Ninja Media TV. Hello. Caller from Italy, you need to call back again. Your line keep breaking. Hello, you're speaking to Maazi Ezeoke. Hello. Hello. Is your own America different? Your network is hanging. Are you under the tunnel? I heard some people, each amigo says he disagrees that the statement who fights and run away leaves to fight another day, that's a cowardly statement. But I can also tell you that it is the coward that points the house of the brave and say, here live the brave man, because yes, at some point the brave man paid with the ultimate price. Yeah, hello, who am I speaking to? This is Maazi Ezeoke.
Good evening, sir. It's from Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for your good work that I've been following you for long. I'm trying to get you online, but I couldn't. But today, I can be able to get you online. So I just want to contribute for the issue of today of Nigerian independence. For me, I believe that Nigeria is a joke. It's a real joke, because nothing is happening in that country called Nigeria. in that country. So what I'm trying to say is that the only solution in that country is for us to be in our own. Because if we say let's continue with Nigeria, Nigeria cannot give us a capable person that can be able to put us through people like you and people like our brother that he interviewed before that is preparing to run in election 2003, which is I know that if they have chance of being there, it will do something and unite the country. But the way I'm seeing it, they cannot allow the man to be in that post. Because the Kaba have already surrendered Nigeria and the whole Nigerian answer. So, Maazi, that's all my contribution. I just want to thank you for your good work and God continue. Anytime I return back to Anambra, I will make sure that I see you and pay you homage for the good work you are doing.
Thank you very much. That's I hold you to that. That's a promise. Maybe if you're coming back for Christmas, if you want to pay me homage, I drink nothing but palm wine. So make sure you get me original one, not that Fisher Butter one. Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. Thank you. So hello, good evening. I think this caller from America plus 767. I think your network. Try and see if you can change. Either you change your network, or is this or are you in a subway? I don't know, because whenever you call, it says it's connecting, but every other person connects. Okay, so people, as they say, the call failed. So, caller, if you may wish to call back now, you can. If not, we'll call it a day. Okay, so caller, again, let me take some comments for those of you who are busy typing in the comment section. Neka says Fulani is about looting and banditry. They are not interested in civil society. Again, that could be contested because maybe not all, because there was this guy, I can't remember his name again. He's a professor at the University of Abuja. He contested under PDP. He was an aspirant under PDP in 2019. He's also Fulani, but this guy demolished Buhari on corruption. The sharpness of his brain, being able to lay it bare for the layman to see that the president has no clue whatsoever on how to fight corruption. And if you read him subsequently on the things he has done, let me see if I can find him, because I cannot remember his name. The caller, something is definitely wrong with your line, because you are the only person that calls and your telephone hangs, So what am I saying here is that when we talk about an entire ethnic nationality, I do not subscribe to the notion that of its entirety, that no one and none of them is fit for purpose, because obviously it's we couldn't say same of in as much as I do understand the political class and the game that they play, in the sense of taking, because it's actually a criminal offense to have children not go to school but to move with cows. Move with cows. It's impossible. Let me see. Buhari doesn't fight corruption. Let me see if I can't. Why did I forget his name? Oh, there are so many things to remember, but I wish I could get his I wish I can get his video. I did have his video before. Let me see if I um, saved it. But if you watch that video, you see that is the most crystal clear speech or interview. That was actually channel interview. I don't know. Can any of us remember this? The guy is a professor at the University of Abuja. Let me see if I can find it. It's one, honestly, it's fantastic, fantastic individual by virtue of his submission. Not more than that, by virtue of his submission. I'm not, okay, hold on, let me see. I think I remember where probably I can go look for it. By virtue of his submission, the guy is, he's screwed on. And there are others as well. And as recently as I've seen in America, if like when people say that they are these and that, and I've also come to discover that also even amongst them, you have Christians, at least. I met one in America, in Washington, D.C., who is a pastor as well. Who is the pastor? Hold on, people. Let me see quickly if I can. Have I deleted all these things? Oh, jeez. Yeah, pardon me. I can't, find that video. But if I take my time and go through YouTube, I might find the video channels. It's a very interesting video, honestly. The way channels did it, it was a many part interview. I think it was about 4 parts that interview was about 2 years ago. That interview was really, really well done and it's spot on, I must say. Anyway, people, I wish I could find it, and maybe I will take time next time. If we're going to do street parliament tomorrow, then maybe it's time. And actually, after watching that, I actually agree with that submission there that the president clearly does not understand what it means to fight corruption, because there is a lot of racketeering happening, there is a lot of inflation happening in terms of procurement and all the rest, but nothing actually is the president. He can't say clear cut, this is what he is doing in order to stop this. Who talks about what is called again? Magu. Have anybody told you what happened to Magu? Has anybody told you what is happening to Magu? The whole thing, it's just like that. Nothing. It's just a joke. 61 years later, 61 years, a nation. 61 years. 61 freaking years. And nothing to write home about. If it was easy for me, I would say, tomorrow morning, wake up, everybody is on their own region, developing at their own pace. And let's see, give us 20 years. Let's come back and compare notes again and see who has. I know the Yoruba nation will shock everybody. And the others, you're not going to tie their hands. The Great Igbo nation is not going to be there just waiting for you. Those things you're denying them, you see them blossom, they will do it. You think the Niger Deltas don't know that the oil will not be there forever? You see them suddenly, everybody will wake up. You think those telling you that it is their tradition that cows must move from Sokoto to Birnin Kebi and to Arochukwu, you think they don't know? Suddenly you will see that they will begin to seek help from Qatar, from countries to ensure that things are done right. Hello, good evening. I can hear myself. May you turn off or turn down the device you're using? It might be my last caller this evening. Who am I speaking to? You're speaking to Maazi Ezeoke. once more. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up? What's going on?
I'm listening.
I was on WhatsApp with you the other day.
Okay.
Tobena from USA.
Okay, Taverna, you're welcome. May I have a contribution?
Yeah, so I just walked in. What's going on?
I
You
think
want to know what?
I think the title says it. You saw the title, right?
No, I've not sent the title yet. I just walked in, but I said, let me try you today.
Mm. Well, we're talking about Nigeria at 61. What is your experience? Has Nigeria failed you? Has Nigeria done anything good for you? What is your experience?
I've been in this country for a long, long time. I've been going to Nigeria there was a time I was going there every other year, trying to help people. But I don't think they need the help. Or even when they need the help, they pretend that they don't, because they keep on telling you, oh, where are you from? There was a time I introduced myself at ENU Hospital, and I don't want to be very specific. And they asked me, okay, when you go back to Nigeria, to the United States, you ask the people who have been giving you money to bring more. I think we have a lot of inferiority complex. We keep on feeling that we cannot do anything on our own. We expect people to do it for us. It was very, very disheartening. We took some Americans, my wife and I, some years ago, about 6 of them, to Union Hospital. They refused to accept the fact that we paid for them. So as long as you keep on giving Nigerians, they keep on expecting. They keep on looking towards, even though we've been independent for how many years, they keep on looking towards us to bring Uyibo to do things for us. We're still under inferiority complex. I know many people will just disagree with me, but it's just that they're always looking for the Uyibo. If you are looking for a contract, take an Uyibo person back to Nigeria. You'll get the contract as soon as possible. Isn't that unfortunate? We don't value our people, ourselves.
So, if you take on, obviously you've gone with your wife, you've done this project, and they want people to give more.
Several projects.
Yeah.
Each time we turn our backs, everything messes up.
Well, it's normal. It's normal. I've said it on this platform. The school I built in my community. 2 years later, I went in there. I saw kids smoking Indian hemp. You can imagine me. I built this school, but when I look at these young chaps, I couldn't even speak to them because obviously I went alone. No one was escorting me. Oh, apparently, they didn't know who I was, and the community and the people keep. I mean, I think it's everything starts and ends with the leadership. For instance, the British Prime Minister doesn't have any jet that he uses. But here we have a nation that goes to China to borrow money, have 10 fleet, 10 jets being fuel, being used by the same money you go to China to borrow. Isn't that a clear definition of insanity? If that is not, please tell me what it is. Now, and because you have had that mindset of borrowing, begging, somehow it tickles down to the people that everybody thinks, the worst part is sometimes they even come to Nigeria with people of, like Europeans or whatever. You come back, which has happened to me in 2007, and their friend whom I considered close said, Maazi, why are you moving with all these? And now he doesn't consider that these were my classmates. These were people very, very close to me. They only flew into the country because of me. against the embassy, telling them the area you are going is on red alert list. You are not advised to. And the person sits down and say, Maazi, these people, don't they just misplace their bag so that you can do away? So I don't know. And actually, knowing that actually the people he's talking about, in apart from that, they were born in the country of their origin, my brother, without being immodest, I was financially better than them, actually. Do you understand? And someone who sees them just because of their color is telling you you could have done away with their bags. And you're like, who thinks like this? You can see where it's coming from. So because people keep thinking, maybe money grows somewhere, or government think, well, they can always go and borrow for next generation. How, many of them in government now are not going to be alive in the next 10, 15 years. I'm not wishing anybody dead, but that is the hard truth.
Well, don't you, I find it difficult to understand why when we get to United States, England, we brag and brag and brag, but we sort of feel still inferior to the white man, because each time we've done it about 2 times, to pay the round trip tickets, and over there, the people of the town that in Anambra State will sort of congregate around the white people because they feel the white people are kind of superior.
Whoa, whoa. No. That's ignorance and misconception. It does not happen with someone who has had an exposure. It doesn't. Does it?
It got to a stage when one of the persons, the guy got up and I said, "You see all this? It's not us. This couple paid for it." They were saying, huh?
Yeah, but no. I think honestly, you see, that was the reason why we were actually colonized. Because remember, when they came in, according to Chinua Achebe, they say they spoke in strange language. They spoke through their nose, Mr. Winterbottom and and all the rest, some Schweinsteiger, Having said that, because it was something new and people didn't understand, they saw them, and again, that's where Bible messed the people's brain somehow, because the impression was created as Jesus being, this pure white, blah blah blah. So, and subconsciously, when people begin to see the white in their subconscious mind, they begin to elevate and equate the white as the thing being spoken and talked about in the religious Bible, right? So if you're not able to decouple it, I mean, there are many people. There was a time, if you don't know, under Goodluck Jonathan, Olusegun Aganga, I think Minister of Trade at that time, gave a fantastic interview how he praised Soludo for saving Nigeria. How? Because EU brought out, I think, some trade agreement then that he was about to reviewing. I think he left. I can't remember if he has left Goldman Sachs at that point or he's about leaving. But he sat down with Professor Soludo, and Soludo almost tore the whole document to shred. That got the European Union, really angry. Why? Because here is a man who has worked with them, who understood it, and who is not in any way apologetic about what he stands for. But was that to be someone naively who is in Nigeria who thinks, oh, the whites, they have your interest at heart? Put that same document with that individual, Nigeria will probably be paying through their nose. We will know the damages being done to us by these loans we are taking, by this inferior set of people who are now in charge, who do not have any. you cannot imagine that some of these documents being prepared are prepared and we just take them hook, line, and sinker. And who are those going to pay for those for whatever that's going to be accrued in the future? Things are not working, but things have to change, both at the governmental level and at individual level.
Could I ask a question? Do you think we should wait indefinitely? How long do we have to wait?
It's not about waiting indefinitely. What are you going to do? Are you going to knock your head on the wall? You see, that's the thing. No matter how you dice it, no matter how you die, it's just like people saying in America things are not working. There, you saw how when Trump came in,
try and change the government and change the right government. Yes, we need.
How are you? Do you want to do coup d'état or what? We've tried it in the 60s. Is exactly the same thinking that made, like, if you've been following me, I've on this platform explained multiple times why I do not consider the coup of 1966 to be the smartest, because it could have been, if we didn't engage in that coup, probably these are things you would have developed and nurtured your own. By now, we should be talking about a different thing. But because at that point, they were asking the same question, couldn't we have done it? Let's just yank everybody out and do it our own way. But again, they came in, eventually actually led into more trouble because things began to be misinterpreted, and because it wasn't, quote unquote, an agreed version of a way of doing it, and you see where we are. So the same thing I'm saying to you is, I agree. The things makes me sometimes that if it's possible, that people go to bed and never wake up, and let's just deal with that way, just quick, surgical. But hey, many countries, even like a couple of weeks ago, engage in coup d'etat, and eventually they end up worse than they started. So it's probably them. I'm not saying if we are sitting down there analyzing these things, I'm not saying that this is a very quick way of doing it without any repercussions. I don't know what you think.
So, in other words, until the ship sinks, we cannot intervene. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not. Please tell me how you want to intervene. I mean, aside, no. Aside, this is a conversation. Aside militarily, aside, really, if you want to do it now, this thing is you done too much. You go in quickly, surgical, do these things. Aside that, how else do you want to intervene that wouldn't lead to so much confusion? Please do tell me. No. I mean, I'm so angry and frustrated, even more than you are. But we have to be real.
Because I see other countries doing much better, and then we're sort of, the Americans call it pussyfooting. We keep on pussyfooting, and then hoping and hoping and hoping. We pray hard, we dance hard, we do everything.
No, it's not about this. This has nothing to do with prayers. You see, the solution is never going to come, even if you knock your head, even if you pray to whatever, sun, moon, stone, sand, is not going to help anything.
What's the solution then?
Well, again, it's aligns with the conversation I had with Professor Kinsley Morrell before. If you and I wakes up, if you and I say, you guys, just like Hamas does, you guys say this is going to be through election, isn't it? Can we get someone with brain? I've said this many times. I do not hate President Muhammadu Buhari, but if pairing him with Osibanjo, understanding the capabilities of Osibanjo is an insult to Nigerians, that he is the president and Osibanjo is the vice. Therefore, you are not going to make any much progress. You see, you can't go beyond your capacity up here. The problem we have is, right, the weakest and the weakest of us, the lowest of us, are those calling the shots. That is the A and B of it. How do we reverse it. How? That is the big elephant in the room. How do we reverse it? Because at the end of the day, listen, no matter how brilliant you are, what you are doing now is only engage at the humanitarian level. It's not sustainable. This is not systemic. I'll give you an example. In my community, I give computers. Now, after 2, 3 years, Maazi, this one, the disk ROM, this one is broken. Now, I do not have the resources to keep sustaining it. Now, I tried to build a business model where you can use the whole computer I've donated so far, run a business, right? Generate maybe between the hours of 12 to 6, 12 in the afternoon to 6 in the evening, you run a business center with it, generate money to buy your fuel, to power the computers, and people can come and print, use that money to pay for the shop, and use that money to pay for staff. Between the hours of 8 and 11:30 in the morning, children can come and take computer lessons. For me, maybe being naive, but that's what I think it's a more sustainable way rather than me coughing out this money. I'm not a politician. I have no access to government. I am not interested in so. But in developing the society, there must be a sustainable way. What you're doing is a knee-jerk approach. Every now and then, you come into from America, you buy paracetamol, you buy this, you treat these people. Now, in the exactly. So in treating these people, do you know that borehole sometimes after finishing the borehole, they say the borehole water is not coming out. Oga, please, so it's going to cost 45,000. Can you help us? It's not sustainable because your pocket is not endless. Your money, do you understand? You have a family, you have things you take care of. So that's where government comes in. Why is it that government at that level is not ensuring that every child has a tablet and every school has at least 10 solar panel that can power these freaking things? Is it an impossibility to do? No, it is not. You can create a value chain, have companies that will, come in and maybe every 2 years change the batteries or change the panel or change something. But again, someone told me, Oga, listen, every 6 months, they will go and lose all those batteries and sell them, go and replace them with the fake battery. You see, when you now hear something like this, you know that the mind is already warped. You are thinking of how to help, and somebody is thinking of how to subvert what you're already thinking. We're in deep shit. Sorry, excuse my French, but we are in deep trouble. Not only at governmental level, at the level, at our own level, at all strata, we're in deep shit. Government did not destroy the schools I built. The ceilings, they poked holes on them. The metal windows, they yanked them off. That was...
Who built his school, rebuilt the whole thing.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But after 3 years, you go back there, you cannot believe. You would think, oh, these are people, they will take care of everything. So, I don't know. Sometimes I wish I can walk away.
Why is it that we say the right things, but we don't do the right things? Is it something that is wrong with our DNA or what?
I don't know. I wish I had the answers. You tell me.
You should know everything.
No, I know nothing, basically. You tell me, you are the expert.
I've never said I was the expert. It's just that it's sad. Other countries, even here in the United States, no country continues like this for year after year after year. Something happens.
Though sometimes, there are slight improvements, to be fair. There are sometimes, there are some areas you might see slight improvement, but again, is not enough to propel the general improvement. That is, the downside. That is the downside. But listen, I think I'm tired.
Our expectation is too much. Do you think our expectation is too much?
Sorry?
Do you think our expectation is too much?
We don't even have expectation. You're talking about too much. We don't even, you see, that is the worst part of it, is that what the people are actually expecting is nothing. I give you an example. If you come to the southeast, what the average southeasterner is expecting from you is just for you to build the road and provide security. He's not asking you about provide water because he's already taking care of that. Before I was born, my parents, there's what we call Omi, my parents, they will garner the waters. They had a well because my community doesn't have water. They will send this water down there. And when they want to use it, they go back and get it up and use. So they never cared about government. Now, development comes. What people do is they now get do like a round, tank well down, plaster it right round. Some, if you want to be so aesthetic, some use tiles to do them. Sorry? No. That's the olden days. No, the new one you don't, because it's plastered. Because it's plastered. So let's say you do like 15, 20 feet down, 20 by 10. So it collects maybe like 50,000 liters or maybe 100,000. I don't know, but at least something that can last you for the whole dry season, right? If it's not being misused, it can last you for the whole dry season. So if someone has that, then there are areas that have water. Like if you come to a number like Aguru or Gidi or Nature, they have water that you can do a borehole with 200, 300, 400,000. It serves you. Uma had the same. Sorry?
Is it Ieno?
No, wow.
My area of Ogidi doesn't have water.
Well, Afigwe area, you can. I know that Afigwe area, you can drill borehole.
Yeah, we drill borehole even down our area. We're almost close to Umoji.
Exactly. So you're lucky then. My place, even if you drill borehole, very unlikely to get water. So why bother? You do what I just told you. I'm from Agota, right? So my part of Agota, you don't have water. So, but the bottom line is, my brother, you see, the bottom line here is we can do what we can for ourselves. Then, coming back to your point that if we're expecting too much, I say we actually have no expectation, because we are not expecting anything. What we're expecting is just the basic. Yet the basic they cannot afford to do, and that is across board. Like I keep telling us, no matter how you think, they tell you, oh, this governor is trying, this local government chairman is trying. Go to where they tell you they are trying, go inside the toilet. However you see that toilet, for me, determines how they try. Ask yourself, can your daughter, your wife, use that toilet without catching an infection? Then that will tell you if they are trying or not. Thank you very much for being part of this conversation. My brother, it's been nice speaking. Thank you. People, I think it's been nice. It's been a very fantastic conversation, brothers and sisters. Let me take some comments. Sinking borehole, cutting trees, all contribute to erosion. Bagam, there's no two ways about that. You can argue, but Onyanimo, you are spot on that. But again, we keep doing it, and it's getting worse, because the more we build, the more we do the same. And the worst part is Nigerians lack collaborative spirit. A friend of mine has a house in Lube, and his neighbor had a borehole. He said, okay, can he be paying certain amount of money to him every month to connect from his borehole rather than go do his own? The guy said, no, do your own. Can you imagine? With that mentality, rather than, if it's an estate, I think this is called the Trademore estate, rather than estate having its own collective water system, everybody You see a semi-detached. This person digs toilet here. The other person digs toilet here. So in a street that has 300 houses, you have 300 toilets. Sock away dog at the back of the house. Something is fundamentally wrong. We cannot continue this way. Why is it? 61 years later, remember in the 80s, how within a space of 2 years, the government of that time stopped the use of, that time in our nature, the toilets were these not pit toilets, but toilets were bucket toilets. People use them, and at night, some people come and I would call them double, they'll come and collect it but that caused a lot of infections. But it was stopped. But suddenly, no one is thinking, how do we get these things work? 61 years later, and people will say, you are not being patriotic enough. Patriotic, how? I mean, these things are just common sense. These things are basically common sense. But here, it appears the common, as we say, common sense is not common, but that's what it is. So, people, thank you very much. Like I said before, thank you for being part of this conversation. Join me tomorrow again. I will be having a conversation in the evening tomorrow with Professor Chidi Osuagu. Again, he will be talking about the vaccine-starved Africa and the COVID story. Inform others. Join me. We'll have an informed conversation. We keep doing our best to get and extract some of these informations in order to build a library of, when probably we're no longer here, people will still see the things we talked about, how our thoughts were, whether they were warped, whether they were, as some of you say, naive, but I'll be that is me. We keep trying. On that note, I say good night, everyone, and have a wonderful sleep. I don't want to, again, let no one wish me happy independence, but what we do, I will say happy new month, because it's still first day of the month here. And at the beginning, for those of you who joined late, we had, we enjoyed ourselves. We danced a little bit, because this music, we converted it to the dot music.
Happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. This month we got it running amma, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Month we got it running amma, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. And this out to happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Lucky Sparko, happy new month. Odo guna Brazil, Lucky win to Guazara, Lucky Sparko, happy new month. Happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. This month we got it running amma, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Month we got it running amma, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. And this out to happy new month, happy oh, happy new month, happy oh. Lucky Sparko, happy new month. Odo guna Brazil, Lucky win to Guazara, Lucky Sparko, happy.